Okay, this video is about how to do paths. I've done paths in the past, but there is there's a way to do a boss using boss movements, and it will repeat using paths. And I think it's a good idea to do paths over maybe using alarms or even using timelines. Alarms, we talked about in my previous video. It's good to use. You can use them, but if you really want to see a visual, then I would use paths, because you can really control your character where he wants to go exactly. So what I'm doing here is that this yellow box is coming, it just came out from left to right, and then you'll see it's going to go down like stairs, and then he's going to turn green and fire a weapon, which I didn't set up in this game, but he does turn green, and that's when he would shoot. And then he's going to switch back to yellow box and then finish out his pattern, and you'll see what happens. See, he shoots, goes down, shoots, and leaves the screen, then comes back. See how he comes back out, and he repeats the pattern until you kill him. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Alright, so I just went to paths and I said create path, and I made my, let me show you how to do it real quick. So I've already talked about this before, but so all you do is just click on your mouse, plot your point, and what you want to do, if you don't want it all connected, you can say unclose and it opens it up for you. And then you can drag these lines and readjust them. You can use these arrows up here to move them up, and then go to the left and drag them that direction, go right, down, and then drag them to the right side. And then you can also, if you don't like straight lines, you can do curves too. And so you have curves here, you can mess with curves. And if you didn't like a line, you just click on the dot and you would say delete, and it would delete that line, and you could adjust it however you want it. The only thing is, you got to make sure that you test your game out, because this screen right here is kind of this screen is a lot bigger than what you think it is, than your room size. So you got to make sure that every line that you made here stays within your room, I guess, unless you want it to leave the room. But because this space is different size than your room size, so just be aware of that. So you have to keep adjusting it until you get it all fit on one room. You know, unless you want it to leave the room and come back, it's up to you. And then so all you do is, and if you want it closed, you could close it up and make a circle pattern. So you go around in a circle, and then do a reverse if you want to set it up to do a reverse. Whatever you want to do. But see, you get a visual. So I'm going to exit out of that, because I've already made my paths, path 0 and path 1. I'm going to delete path 2. That was just an example. So with my object player, I did create, and then I added went to the main move tab, and I dragged over a set path. And then I said path 1. Then I did a speed of 10, and I did at end, you want to do a reverse, so he's going to do a reverse. But the way I have it set up, he's not going to really do a reverse. Well, yeah, he's not really going to redo a reverse. He's going to like jump from the start position again and set it to relative. Because after, so this is kind of not needed, but you could have it set up where he goes in reverse and goes back. So he goes this direction, goes down and out, and then goes back, and then goes back in and goes up and out from the top. So it goes from the top down, and then down to the top. You could do that with using the reverse. But since I used alarm setting here, and when he leaves outside the room, he's going to jump back to the original position. So this reverse is not needed, or it doesn't apply. So After 20 milliseconds, alarm 0 is going to kick in, and then he's going to switch to